I mean, obviously, you know, you're familiar with your son's journey towards working with Mr. Trump. What do you make of this kind of tangent along the way where he might be working with a British political party as well?
Well, you know, it's the same people coming together, you know, to try and put an end to the crazy directions that some of these so-called governments are taking countries. And the people in the street all know that their governments are doing things that they don't want, and nobody seems to know what to do about it. So we've had this terrific comeback of Donald Trump, and it will spread across the world, I imagine. It has already. It's quite obviously spreading across the world. Yeah. And Elon getting involved, helping the Reform Party with a little bit of money. If they need money, they should get money. They shouldn't be held back because they don't have money. That's wrong. And this government that you've got at the moment with Starmer, he's taking you in a direction, hardball-wise. He's taking you hardball in a certain direction, and you are all somewhat, from what I can see on the shows and things and the news, gobsmacked by it. You don't know what to do about it. Yeah. So the thing is, you have to go hardball back. You have to dig your heels in. You have to say, no, this guy was elected in a sort of something wrong, wonky election. And this idea that you're going to wait 4 years, if Starmer's got 4 years to do what he's doing, well, I don't know. Then I think you're going to have to... you know, start thinking very hard what you're going to do.
Indeed. It's even worse, Errol. It's actually 4.5 years, so he's got even longer than we thought. And you're absolutely spot on. One of my colleagues, Julia, earlier was saying, you know, she said, even I didn't think the Labour Party could be any worse than I expected. They are far worse than many people expected. It is absolutely right. You've pointed out the kind of this sort of upside down world we're living in. You know, left is right, night is day, black is white. It's all of these kind of strange universe that these kind of the sort of socialist mentality exists within. And you're right, it does need shaking up, but it needs somebody who can make that happen. I guess the criticism comes on two fronts. Should a foreign businessman be able to get involved in another country's political activities, particularly at this high level, and particularly when you're going to be working alongside the new American administration, as Elon will be?
Well, yes. Let me answer that by saying Elon is fully entitled to a British passport. There would be absolutely no reason for him to get a British passport. And by birth, by me and by, you know, my parents. So he's entitled to become British if he wanted to. Okay. At the moment, I think, you know, I think that it is a bit of a problem when you talk about other people from outside your country doing funding. I think it's happening all over the world, so I don't think it's a new thing. But at the end of the day, you know, whether it's a loan, make it a loan. I mean, you know, the Americans loaned the British in the World War II, you know, so make it a loan if they want. But my point is that Farage, who, you know, seems to be the only, more or less the only real alternative direction that he certainly talks sense. Whether he's strong enough to be the next prime minister, I don't know, but we need somebody with, you know, the gonads down there need to be pretty big.
Yes. Seismic, I think. Seismic is the phrase.
He's not prepared to be simply shut up, you know, in the old kind, pleasant English style. It has to be somebody who's prepared to be as hardball as what Starmer is. I mean, as silly as he looks very odd to me to be in the position he's in. But he's playing a real hard ball for a guy like that. Yeah. I mean, he's not playing around. He's not messing around.
No, he's got his wish list of what he wants to do.
And he's not messing around.
He's going straight for it, and he doesn't much care what anybody thinks. Let me ask you a question. I wouldn't expect you to say bad things about your own boy, but is this because Elon is philosophically wedded to, you know, what is right in life, or is it because he's a very successful businessman? No. He's got skin in the game, whether it's SpaceX, whether it's Neuralink, whether it's Twitter or X, whatever it happens to be. This guy, your son, has only one thing in mind, and that is Elon Musk.
No, that's ridiculous. No. we are sort of that academic crowd that sort of sees humanity as something, weird and wonderful, and why, who are we, and all this sort of thing.
Yeah.
So no. I told them as children they must go to America, because I took them there quite a lot when they were younger, because that was where you could be as free and as free to do the things that need to be done as possible. And so we all went over there we just couldn't think that the US could do anything wrong. I mean, as far as we were concerned, it was just the most perfect, constitution, and the founding fathers, all that. It was just so perfect, and it was. That's why Elon has done so well there. And now he's seen, and for a long time, he's sort of like myself, didn't question anything. And then only in the last few years has he realized, well, it's not going to carry on that way. It's going to start changing. It's going to become a different kind of society. And he's not going to be able to be in that society. He's going to have to find some other place if he wanted to continue, or, something along those lines. And so he realized, I've got to stop this. And, as I've said on your previous program, England for us is like the parent country. And so when we look at England, we look at England for example. It doesn't matter where you are, as an expat. I mean, if you're in Australia or Canada or wherever, you always look at England and you say, well, England always knows best, and so we've sort of ingrained into the English character. And now we look at it and we say, no, wait a minute, there's something going on here. And so I come back to what I was saying. England has been hijacked, and it's been hijacked through a sort of wonky election that people have tried to explain to me, and where people didn't really vote properly. And it's been hijacked by a group of people who do not have English interests at heart. They are going to take England down a road that is not going to be England. And you've got to play hardball back. Does Nigel Farage, I've no objection to him getting money if you've got a loan or if you've got anything from anywhere, if that's what he needs. But is he the right man? Has he got the strength? You need someone with real strength. And maybe he'll show real strength, but you can't be all nice and nicey to each other, or whatever you call it.
So, indeed.
You've got to start punching back real hard.
So real strength and gonads the size of Saturn. That, I think, was your more or less what you said a little earlier. Listen, great to have you on again, Errol. Really good to get your views and your take. That's Errol Musk, father of Elon Musk, with his view.